48 hours ago, Bob Taylor expected to play his next match in West Bromwich Albion reserves. Instead, he's making his debut in the top division at the ripe old age of 30 after joining Bolton on a month's loan. But it was Taylor's goal-scoring record in the lower divisions that convinced Colin Todd he was the man to fill an emergency and share the workload up front alongside Nathan Blake. Bolton still have 5 senior players injured, but Keith Brannigan is back in goal today after missing 5, and fullback Neil Cox makes only his second start after a long recovery from injury. Southampton manager David Jones has done what others have done before him today and bitten the bullet. He's dropped Matthew Le Tissier to substitute. Instead, he's brought in Edgil Ostenstad to complete an adventurous front 3 with David Hurst and Kevin Davis. Klaus Lundekvarm still has a calf injury. He's replaced in the centre of defence by Richard Dryden. Gary Willard drove up from Worthing to officiate. Well, with Bolton 17th in the Premier Division, just 1 place and 1 point above the bottom 3, and Southampton in 13th place, this game has the importance of being a 6-point fixture for both sides. 2 of the teams who were generally expected to be fighting against relegation. That's a good ball into Taylor! Oh! Well, what a start that might have been for the new arrival, who only found out at tea time on Thursday that he was playing. And perhaps he'll just be disappointed that the chance came so quickly and so unexpectedly. He's never played in the top division before. 450 appearances for Leeds, Bristol City and West Brom, all in lower leagues, where he has scored some 182 goals. This is Dodd, aimed at Ostenstad. Hurst almost got in behind. Jamie Pollock, aimed at Taylor. Blake, he was always going to win it, you could see that. Had time to steady himself and get as much force on the header as was possible. Well, Colin Todd feels that his side are better equipped to stay in the Premiership than last time, but they haven't won in their last 6 matches. Here's Andy Todd, his son. Oh, he might have a go. He couldn't have hit it much harder. You can only fault the direction. Francis Benali is sent off for the 10th time in his career. A player who'd put his act together this season after being sent off 3 times last season. Gary Willard reached straight for the red. There was no hesitation. Well, there was just a little flare-up between them, and then it was the swing of the arm. It was a slap more than anything, but if you raise your hands, you're in trouble. Carlton Palmer. Hurst. Richardson. Here's Palmer. Supported by Dodd. Hurst, good touch. But there are more defenders than attackers. It didn't need to be much higher than that to successfully isolate Paul Jones. Well, David Jones is trying to get messages across about how he wants his team to reorganise. It looks like Dodd's going to play at left back, and for the moment Kevin Davis has gone to right back. Good turn. Pollock. Oh, it's just hit too long. This is Thompson. Bolton have the throw. Well, the break was on, the opportunity was there. It just needed the ball delivered a little better by Pollock. Now, a chance here for the cross. Oh, it's in! Oh, it's at the bar, Taylor! After Jones had dropped it. It was driven in hard into the 6-yard box. And the keeper spooned it. And the debutant with a chance to open his account. A little shake of the head as the half-time whistle goes from Bob Taylor, who might have been playing for West Brom reserves, presumably in front of 2 men and a dog. Instead, he's on the Premiership stage and knows as he goes in at half-time that he could have scored twice. But it's a half which ends goalless, and a half which ends with Southampton reduced to 10 men after Gary Willard had flourished the red card. Bolton 0, Southampton 0. Southampton begin the second half with Robbie Slater on as a replacement for David Hurst. And having had 15 minutes for David Jones to decide how he wants his team to be reorganised now in the absence of Francis Benali. This is Sellers. Phillips. 3 yards wide perhaps, but the crowd on the far side of this magnificent stadium might have felt it was closer. 1 or 2 oohs. Oh, it's a good strong shoulder challenge, and Gary Willard's happy to let play continue. Oh, good play by Davis. He's so difficult to shake off the ball. As Bolton are discovering. Well, he's 14 stone, Kevin Davis, 20 years of age, and a real difficult man to shake off the ball. Chesterfield's hero on their FA Cup trail last season, with 4 of the goals that helped take them to the semi-finals. And what a bargain he looks at £750,000, the fee that Graham Souness paid for him. Jamie Pollock. That's Moncao over his own crossbar, corner. Well, there's a lot of defending for Southampton to do yet. Thompson has come across to take the corner this time. That's Jamie Pollock. Off the line by, I think it was Oakley, was it? Well, what has he got to do to score? Cox. Jamie Pollock. Not cleared yet. Cox, corner. They've taken it quickly. That's Carlton Palmer. Only as far as Todd. Well, surely something's got to give eventually. The pressure is relentless. It's Bolton's throw. It was a superb corner by Sellers. And Andy Todd coming powerfully over a whole clutch of players in front of him. 23-year-old son of the manager, Colin. Franz Carr. Played against AC Milan last season. Gunnarsson, the other substitute. Skips around Oakley. Crosses to the back post. There were 2 defenders and no attacker. Well, the pressure's relentless. Corner. Well, Jason Dodd might have a busy conclusion to this match if he has to match the pace of Franz Carr. Franson chips it in. Oh, that would have been an own goal. I think it was Dryden. Well, Paul Jones not expecting to have to save from his own player. We came a long way to claim that. And still, Southampton hold on to what they have, which is a goalless game. And if it stays that way, a valuable point. Well, here's Thompson. Here comes another Bolton attack. And what at the end of this one? Franz Carr picked up a bit more pace. Oh, it's slipped it into Thompson! And they hit the woodwork. Alan Thompson had stolen through the middle. Franz Carr slipped him in. Well, they've had shots saved on the line. They've had shots blocked. And now they've hit the woodwork as well. Well, they haven't scored a goal. All of the 90 minutes, we've only some 60 seconds left, plus whatever Gary Willard chooses to add. Time very much running out for Bolton. Neil Cox. Oh, great shot! But it swerved in the air, which made it doubly difficult for Paul Jones. He's never scored yet for his new club, Bolton, Neil Cox. Missed the first 4 months of the season with a hamstring injury. The fans around the stadium wonder why there wasn't a white shirt standing roughly in the spot where the goalkeeper collected it. Out to Gunnlarsson. Is this the last throw of the dice? Surely it must be. Into Taylor, who let it go. Away by Andy Williams. And that's it. Southampton prove once again how difficult it can be to break down 10 very determined men. But close as Bolton came, and they didn't come any closer than the header by the son of the manager, Andy Todd, which was cleared off the goal line. They couldn't break them down, and Southampton will be very delighted to remain unbeaten now in the Premiership for 5 games in a row. It's 2 wins and 3 draws. The final score here at the Reebok Stadium is Bolton 0, Southampton 0.